I'm a content creator, full-time, and I've been using these for the last few weeks. If you're a content creator, or at least hoping to become one using these to shoot content, by the end of this video, you'll either have added these to your cart or you'll have closed the Ray-Ban website tab for good. I'm gonna do this review in a pro-con format, and shout out to the skip to the enders like me out there, but no, for real, I need watch time on this video, yeah, so my channel blows up. So if you find yourself bored at any point, don't just leave. Skip 30 seconds, you might enjoy the next bit. As a chronic procrastinator and king of indecision, I'm also going to tell you the one thing that nudged me off the fence and made me make the purchase. Let's get started. Now, pro, the design is awesome. The glasses are sturdy and feel well put together, but there will be no smash tests over here. Like, I've never really understood those videos. Like, are we all just smashing our phones with hammers every day? I don't understand how that's a test. Anyway, I got the matte black with the clear lens. The shiny ones kind of reminded me of 3D glasses you get at the cinema, so that was a no for me. I went for the clear lenses because we literally get sun in the UK for like 1.5 months of the year. And even for people in the US, for example, who live in sunnier places, I feel like you still spend majority of your time indoors where you won't need shaded lenses. So I would recommend the clear ones or the transition ones, but I don't recommend the shaded ones to anyone. When it comes to the case, it charges via USB-C and charges the glasses perfectly. It's also very sturdy, as I would expect at this price point. And what I love about it most of all is the LED on the front that indicates battery life when you press this button at the back. I cannot stand tech where you have to do extra things to figure out if the product is charging or not. Something of note, the website says that the common size is large, but they were out of stock for the color and lens that I wanted. Now, I checked the measurements for the XXL and was a bit afraid they would be too big when compared to my normal glasses, but the difference here is that although they may be slightly bigger than my normal glasses, literally by a few millimeters, these are not really flexible. So I'd recommend getting bigger than you expect rather than staying true to size. Even with the XXL, these fit quite snug on my head. And even with all this being said, they can be returned. But after checking the Ray-Ban website and the FAQs on the Meta website, it's still unclear to me if you can return these when you get your prescription in them. Something I decided wasn't worth the extra £139. Con, the content downloads out of chronological order, absolutely randomly, and this cannot be changed in the settings. This makes it super annoying when you want to edit loads of clips together. When you import them to the glasses after shooting, which seems like an unnecessary step in and of itself, they appear in order in the glasses library. But then when you click save, it downloads to your phone out of order. A fix for this is that if you click share to and then save videos, it downloads to your phone in order. Pro, good battery life. Despite comments from others about poor battery life, I'm happy with it. It's a camera, headphones, and voice assistant in a pair of glasses. Something that debuted in sci-fi movies as futuristic, out of this world, is now reality. I'm fine if it dies after a few hours of shooting videos. Now, from a full charge, about an hour of shooting a video every few minutes takes you to about 50%. I shot about 30 videos in that time. From roughly 50% back up to 100%, it took about an hour, maybe less. If you're shooting a lot like me, it basically charges as quickly as it's used up. This battery usage will vary depending on what background things you have on and how much you're shooting on it. In a full 8-hour day, if I only shot a handful of videos and photos, I could easily see these lasting all day long. Now, a con, the audio features were not smart enough for me. The music side of things is great for some background tunes while in the supermarket or something, but I had this thing on in an Uber, and when the voice assistant was speaking to me, it made my middle-aged driver visibly uncomfortable. It was annoying to have to turn the audio beeps and notifications down for those quiet moments, but then going somewhere noisy straight after that and not being able to hear them at all. Also, a couple of times I've accidentally turned on the music by touching the sidebar, and this cannot be turned off or adjusted. When it comes to levels of embarrassment with these out in public, we have to remember that despite smart glasses like this being at least 3 or 4 years old, these are very new to the world. So when I stopped to speak to my glasses or spent too long pressing buttons on it, I definitely got a couple of stares. But hey, I am a black man living in the northwest of England too, so there's that. Pro, these are great value for money without the prescription lenses. Again, this is an action camera, Bluetooth headphones, sunglasses, depending on which ones you buy, and an AI voice assistant rolled into one. For me, I'd pay £300 for the camera alone. I have the Insta360 One X. I spent like £400 or £500 on it, and the footage is quite rubbish in my opinion, especially since it's spoken of as 4K, but really it's 1440 and a horrible 1440 at that. I'd rather a clear, noiseless 1080p than whatever that is. The price currently sits at £299 to £319 for the base model Wayfarers, and they go up in price as you add specs. Clear prescriptions are an extra £139, sunglass prescriptions are an extra £199, and to add transition prescriptions, it was an extra £269. Not worth it for me as my prescription isn't very intense, but it might be necessary for you. Con. The 60-second recording limit. I personally don't understand what this is for. The glasses have the capacity to hold 32 gigabytes of footage, so it's not a storage problem. And you can record videos back to back to back, so it doesn't seem to be a RAM issue either. I feel like even a 2 or 3 minute limit would have been way better. As I feared, this limitation has already made me miss cool moments like when I was shooting this stranger photo shoot, and then when I showed the guys my Instagram account, they were like, whoa, you're a superstar. He even said he'd seen one of my reels recently on the Instagram version of the For You page, whatever that's called. Follow me on Instagram for memes, skits, and valuable videos about cameras, video, photo, and business. Although I can record back to back, and this works for shooting BTS on low pressure shoots, when I'm trying to capture a full entire conversation with someone or capture an organic moment, it's annoying to have to press this button every 50 to 60 seconds just to keep the moment going. Pro, they're easy to use. I don't plan to use this for photography at all, so I've changed the settings so that instead of using the single press for photos and long press for videos, it does the opposite, because I'd rather quick press to start recording, and I'm sorry, but I'm just not speaking to my glasses. Also, there are LED and audio indicators that do help when you're not sure if things are recording or not. Now, when it comes to the ease of use, this is the most important point for me. There's little to no setup time to use this compared to a 360 camera on a chest mount or something like that. When I used to be out and decide I wanted to shoot some content on the fly, the struggles started before I even left the house. I'd have to pack the 360 setup into multiple compartments of my bag for the camera, the attachment to the mount, and the body harness. Then when I was out, I would have to get them out, untangle them, take off my coat, and struggle to get the harness on in public. Then when it was on, I'd have to attach the camera to the mount and figure out the camera angle with test shots or using the screen, and that's if I remember to even charge the camera in the first place. When putting the camera on in public, it often made me feel self-conscious, especially when doing that at like red lights, for example. With these, you just take them out your bag, put them on your face, and you're ready to go. And because you're just wearing the glasses, no one's looking at you. And when they're in the case, which is all the time, they're always charging. So it's always ready to go. The self-consciousness and awkwardness with the 360 cam setup made it hard to build the emotional and social energy to shoot content outdoors. So my TikTok account has literally just been losing hundreds and hundreds of followers over the last few weeks due to inactivity. The camera quality on these isn't Sony 4K, but the ease of setup and use alone allow me to shoot way more videos than I used to. And 1080p of regular, consistent videos is way better than 4K of no videos. And that is the reason I bought these. Con. Your phone needs to be connected via Bluetooth for these to record, and via Wi-Fi and Bluetooth for them to download. It's understandable, but I would definitely rather it not be necessary. This would no doubt drain my phone battery in some way as well, and it's been annoying to want to record something right there and then, but then having to spend like a full 20 seconds turning on the Bluetooth, opening the app, and waiting for things to load. Pro. The user interface and controls are really intuitive and mostly reliable. If you have a basic knowledge of softwares with phones and web browsing, you'll be fine using these without a tutorial, which is very important to me. Like, I don't buy products so that I can read about products. I had little to no problems with connecting to the app, and once the glasses are on and your Bluetooth on your phone is on, it only takes about 10 seconds for the glasses to boot up. I'm on an iPhone 12. Despite the intuitive user interface, a couple of times when I tried to download files or something like that, the app would say that it couldn't because it was recording something, even though there was no LED indicator on or anything like that to tell me that a video was being recorded. There's nothing more infuriating with tech than there being an error and you literally not knowing at all what to do about it. This has only happened twice so far, so it doesn't really bother me. Con, the camera. These only shoot 1080p, they have terrible camera shake when you're walking and shooting, but worst of all, it only shoots portrait videos, which again, like the 60-second recording limit feels like a restriction they put in on purpose so that they can release improved versions of these in the future. Pro, they're very subtle. As the person shooting, I don't really care about privacy concerns with these, especially knowing I don't plan to use these for strange reasons. Pretty much since 2020, we've all known that we have to be conscious of camera phones recording our actions at all times when out in public. The light indicator is subtle enough that nobody has noticed the recording until I pointed out I was recording. This guy noticed it, but he follows me on socials and is also a full-time content creator who you would expect to be aware of those things.
How are we? How are we?
I love your content so much, man.
I love yours, man.
So much,
I love
I don't
yours.
understand anything that you're talking about.
I'm creating content right now.
I know, I can see.
If you've made it this far, here are some honorable mentions that didn't tip the scale for me either way, but might be deal breakers to you. You can turn your head to get different angles in these. I used to miss shots when I had the chest mount on because I would forget to turn my chest to capture things. The speakers are okay, but to me, they're not as amazing as other people have made them out to be. It's better than you expect them to be, but won't replace your normal earphones or headphones. And the audio spill alone means that I won't be using them to listen to music, as I don't really need people to know that I listen to Justin Bieber. Some have mentioned shooting towards the left, but I've not had that problem as yet. I think because I record things quite far away from my body, like with my camera. Yeah, if you're recording things closer to you, bear that in mind. They are annoyingly hard to get out of their case. You cannot control settings without being connected to the app with the glasses on, which makes sense, but the other day I was recording a very serious documentary style interview and I wanted to record some BTS. Now I knew if I opened them up, it would have made all sorts of beeps and load up comments about battery life and disturb the shoot. Now, I wish I was able to change the settings on my phone while the glasses were off and then know that once the glasses turned on, they would not make those noises because I would have turned off those settings while the thing wasn't connected. You get what I mean. I have no use for the AI side of things, so I literally have no info on that. But if you have specific questions you'd like me to test in the next few days, I'll make another video answering them. So, where is it? Have you placed your order, or is this in your browser history forever? Let me know in the comments and subscribe for more videos about content creation, business, and cameras.